Good morning, children. This is Venugopal for Little Hearts Publications with English Book 2, Lesson 2, The Fisherman and His Wife. Before we go into the story, let us see the questions which are given there under formative assessment at the beginning of the lesson. Have you seen God? If God gives you a boon, what will you do with the boon? What do you ask for if God appears before you? Do you ask for yourselves or pray for the goodness of entire mankind? Nobody might have seen the God, of course. Suppose if the God appears before you and gives you a boon. Boon means He will ask you, you ask for whatever you want, I will give you. Like that the God says, what will you ask? Do you ask for yourself the favors, or do you pray for the goodness of entire mankind? Pray for the well-being of total mankind. When we are able to answer these questions, we may be able to understand the message conveyed through this story, the fisherman and his wife. You know, a fisherman is a person who catches fish and sells them to earn a livelihood. A fisherman's duty or his livelihood is to catch fish and sell them. There was once a fisherman, Ali, who lived with his wife Zohra by the sea. And most of the fishermen, as you know, children, they live by the sea, near to the sea. What was the name of the fisherman? Ali. And his wife's name was Zohra. They lived in a small cottage by the sea. His wife was so fat. They were so poor that their only shelter was a hut. Their only shelter. They were so poor people. They used to live in a hut. One day, as the man cast his line into the sea, it was dragged deep down under the water by a great fish that was caught on its hook. One day, as the man cast his line, what do you mean by casting his line? He threw the string that is used to catch fish. How do the fishermen catch fish, you know? They tie something, some food item or something like to the end of that string and throw that string there into the water. And the fish get attracted towards that what is tied to that end of the string. Once they catch it, they will get stuck to it, and the fisherman pulls the string out, and the fish will be caught like that. So the man cast his line. Cast means threw. He threw his string there into the water. It was dragged deep down. It went deep and deep under the water. It was dragged deep down under the water by a great fish. And the fish caught hold of that string and pulled it down and down and down, deeper and deeper into the sea. The fish was caught on the hook of the string. As he pulled it up to the shore, the fish cried out to him. The fisherman pulled the string up to the shore. Shore means the seashore. The bank of the coast of the sea. The fish cried out to him. That fish started crying out in a human voice. What did he say? Spare me, spare me. Means, save me, save me. I am not a fish. I am an enchanted prince. Enchanted means charming. I am a very enchanted prince. Prince means king of a son. Son of a king. Son of a king is called a prince. Throw me back into the water. So the fisherman Ali, who had a kind heart, this Ali was a kind-hearted fisherman. So he set the fish free and went back to his wife Zora to tell her the strange story. And after throwing the fish back into the water, sea water, Ali returned to his wife Zora and told her the story about that fish. What? She exclaimed. You mean to say you let it escape without first asking it for something? She exclaimed. She was really surprised. What is that, my dear husband? How can you let it escape without asking for something? You are saying that it was an enchanted fish or enchanted prince, sorry. What should I ask for? He said. He could not understand. What should I ask for? What can a fish give us? Oh, for somewhere decent to live, away from this hut, of course. You could have asked for some decent house to live in, away from this hut. See, this is such a poor hut. And why did you not ask for a big house, a big cottage there? Go back and tell the fish we want a little cottage by the sea. Now immediately you go back, call out the fish, and tell him that we want a little cottage by the sea. So the fisherman reluctantly set off down to the sea again, which now had turned yellow and green. Reluctantly means what? Unwillingly. The fisherman was not willing to go. He was not willing to go, but he reluctantly set off, means started towards the sea again, down to the sea. He was not interested, but his wife warned him, so he went to the sea, which now had turned yellow and green. Now the sea's color, the color of the sea was yellow and green mixed. He called the fish until it appeared again. And he called out to the fish, "Oh charming prince, oh fish," like that he called, and it appeared again. "What do you want?" it asked Ali. "My wife says I should ask you for a little cottage for us to live in, as a reward for setting you free." The fish asked Ali, "What do you want?" Then Ali replied like this, "My wife says I should ask you for a little cottage for us to live in, as a reward for setting you free. Because I set you free without harming you, my wife says that as a reward for setting you free, I should ask you for a little cottage by the sea to live in." "Go home then," replied the fish. "She is in it already." "Okay, go home. Your wife is already there in the cottage by the sea." So the man went home and found in place of the hut a pretty cottage with a garden and fruit trees and chickens and a cow, and his wife sitting in the middle of it all. The man, that is the fisherman Ali, went home and found in the place of his old poor hut, he found a pretty cottage, a very beautiful cottage with a garden, fruit trees, chickens moving here and there, and a cow. And in the middle of it all, his wife was sitting there. "Oh, how happy we shall be now," the man exclaimed. But his wife said nothing. The man was very happy, fisherman Ali. He was exclaiming, "How happy we shall be now, because we have a beautiful cottage." But his wife said nothing. They lived like this for a month or two. 1 or 2 months passed there in the new cottage, until one day Zora said, one day again Zora called out to her husband and said, "Husband, there is not enough room in this cottage. Go back to the sea and ask the fish to give us a castle instead." "My dear husband, this cottage is not enough. There is not enough space in this cottage for us to live. So you go back to the sea, ask the fish to give us a castle instead." Castle means what? A large fortified building, a palace-like structure. It's called castle. The fisherman was dismayed at her words. He was really depressed. He was shocked at her words. But he did as she asked, because he could not say anything against his wife. he asked the fish what his wife asked him to do. This time the sea had a blue-black heaviness lying over it. When he went back to the sea, now the sea was in a blue-black mixing color. A color, the sea was appearing in blue-black heaviness lying over it. Means it was blue and black, a mixture color of the sea. The air was still, as the man called the fish. Air was still means, what is the meaning of still? Not moving, without any movement. There was no air at all. And he called the fish. Well, what do you want now? It asked when it reappeared. Reappear means appear again. First time it appeared, the fisherman asked for a cottage as his wife had asked him to do. Now second time he went back on his wife's order. The fish appeared and asked again, what do you want now? Please, my wife says the cottage is too small for us. We need a castle. Oh, fish, my wife says the cottage is too small. There is not enough space for us to live there in that. So, we need a castle. Go home then, said the fish. You have it already. The fish agreed. Okay, go back, my dear fisherman. You have that castle already there in the place of your cottage. So away went the man and found his wife standing at the gate of a grand castle with the keys to every door in it hanging round her waist. There were servants in every room waiting to do their bidding. Hearing these words, the fisherman went back. What did he see there? He found his wife standing at the gate of a grand castle, a wonderful palace-like structure. Like a king's palace it was, the castle. And he saw his wife standing at the gate with the keys to every door in it hanging around her waist. The keys for every door hanging, this is what is called waist. The part which joins the trunk to the lower part of the body is called the waist. And the keys were hanging there around her waist. The keys were there for every room in the castle. Oh, how happy we shall be here, Ali exclaimed. But his wife said nothing. Ali again was very happily exclaiming, how happy we shall be here in this big castle, a grand castle. But his wife said nothing again. A few weeks went by, means a few weeks passed. Went by means a few weeks passed. A few weeks went by, and then she said to her husband, go back to the sea, the fish must make me queen over the whole of the land. Now you go back to the sea, my dear husband, and ask the fish to make me queen to the whole of the land. The whole of the land, please. You ask the fish to make me the queen. Sorrowfully, the man returned to the sea. The man was sorry now. He was sorrowful because he did not understand his wife's intentions. He did not understand why his wife was behaving like that. She was not satisfied with what she had got. Now he returned to the sea again, which had turned a dark grey. Now the color of the sea was dark grey. He called the fish and told it what his wife demanded. He called out the fish reappeared, and then he told the fish what his wife demanded. Go back then and you will find that she is queen already, said the fish. Okay, my dear fisherman, go back. Your wife is already the queen there to the whole of the land. It has spoken the truth, and for a while the woman was happy to be queen over all the land. And of course, the fish had spoken the truth. What it had said was correct, because the woman, Zohra, the wife of the fisherman Ali, became the queen of the land. She was also happy for some time, for a while. For a while means for some time, this woman was also happy. But the day soon came when she said, but still she was not satisfied. The day soon came when she said like this to her husband, husband, I see that I am meant for greater things. Go back to the fish and say that he must make me pope. So she asked her husband, my dear husband, go to the fish again, because I feel that I am meant for greater things. After all, I am the queen of the land now. But you have to go to the fish now and ask him to make me the pope. Who is called the pope? The bishop of Rome, as the head of Roman Catholic Church. He is the head of all the Roman Catholics around the world. He is called the pope. He lives in the Vatican City. The fisherman was stricken with terror at her words, but he did not dare to refuse her, and so he ran back to the sea with her message. The fisherman was stricken with terror. He was struck with terror when he heard her words, but he did not dare to refuse her. He could not say no to her. He did not have that courage to refuse his wife. So he ran back to the sea with her message. What was the message? That she should be made the pope. The water turned black and white as if a terrible storm was brewing. When he went back to the sea water was now black and white, as if a terrible storm was brewing. Means a terrible cyclonic storm was gathering force. Brewing means gathering force. There's a violent disturbance. You know what happens during a storm? When there is a heavy storm, there will be heavy rains and there will be a lot of damage to the life and property of the people. So, there was a violent disturbance of the atmosphere with strong winds, with greater force it was gathering. What does she want now? The fish asked. And the fish understood why the fisherman had come there. What does your wife want now, my dear fisherman? She says she must be pope. Stammered the man, and the fish replied, go back, she is pope already. He, in an unclear voice, stammered means what? Speak with halting articulation. Stammer means speak with difficulty. Or with halts in between. That is what is called stammering. He just stammered. He was unable to speak out clearly now. She says, this is what is called stammering. She says, she must be pope. Stammered the man, and the fish replied, go back, she is pope already. And the fish granted that boon also. The man returned and found his wife on the throne of Saint Peter. When the fisherman returned, he found his wife sitting on the throne of Saint Peter. Husband, she cried as soon as she saw him. The moment she saw her husband, she cried out again, I see that I cannot rest until the sun, the moon, and the stars are at my command. See, my dear husband, now I cannot rest until the sun, the moon, the star are at my command. What's the meaning of at my command? They all must be at my order. Whatever orders I give, the sun, the moon and the stars must be obeying. So that means I want control over the sun, the moon and the stars. The man who knew that disaster was near for both of them returned to the sea for the last time. Now the man knew what was going to happen. That there was going to be a disaster, because there was already a storm brewing there in the sea, gathering force. A violent storm was taking place. For the last time he returned to the sea. A terrible storm had arisen, and there were waves as large as mountains. There was a terrible storm, and the waves were rising as high as mountains. Like big mountains, the waves were rising. Oh, fish! She says she must have the sun, the moon and the star at her command. He cried and his voice was carried away by the wind. Oh, now he conveyed, he shouted loudly to the fish, "Oh, fish, now my wife says she must have the sun, the moon, and the star at her command." My wife wanted the sun, the moon, and the stars to be under her control. They should take her command. He cried and his voice was carried away by the wind. His voice was carried away by the wind. Means the words were carried by the wind to the fish. Now what did the fish say? "Go home," thundered a voice from the deep of the sea, depth of the sea. A thundering voice came out. A very loud and angry sound, an angry voice came out. What did he say? What did that voice say? "Go home. See, your wife has been thrown back into the hut again." My dear fisherman, you go home and see your wife has been already thrown back into the hut again. So she went back to the same place where she had started. Now see, when you are greedy, what do you understand? What moral do we get from this story, children? We must not be greedy. We must be satisfied with what we have. When she was given a cottage, she was not satisfied. She asked for a castle. She was not satisfied with a castle. She wanted the fish to make her the queen of the whole land. When she was made the queen, she was still not satisfied. She wanted to be the pope. When she became the pope, she wanted control over the sun and the moon and the stars. But finally, because of her greediness, the fisherwoman, that is fisherman's wife, Ali's wife Zora, was thrown back into the hut again. So, don't be greedy. Don't be asking for too much.